Hello, my name is Eric Mandat, and I'm the clarinet teacher here at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. And today, I'm going to be playing and talking about the ILMEA Junior Concert Etude Technical Cycle 2 for bass clarinet. All of my ILMEA Cycle 2 etudes have titles. This one is called Pep Talk. I believe the titles can give performers some insight into the mood and character of the piece and help inform their musical choices. The technical focal points of this etude, Pep Talk, are neighbor notes and passing tone shapes, rapid dynamic shifts, crisp staccatos, and accents. Always start by using a metronome and break the piece down into smaller segments. There are 3 major sections, and the middle section breaks down into 2 smaller sections itself. The first main section is from measures 1 to 12. That's all in F major. Then there's a section from 12 to 20, also in F major. Then there's a second part to the B section. That's from measure 20 to measure 31. That goes back and forth between F minor and F major. And then finally, from measure 32 to the end, it's back to the original A material. So you can break this piece down and practice sections, one section at a time. And that helps us give a sense of unity and also a little more compact practice mode, so we don't have to go from measure 1 to the end every single time. We can start in different places that are actually starting places. Next thing is the mood. Right underneath the tempo marking there is the word sprightly. What does that mean? How do you play sprightly? And then think about what makes this piece feel like a pep talk. Why should that be the title? And then think about if somebody ever gave a pep talk to you, or if so, how did you feel afterwards? Have you given a pep talk to somebody else? How did they respond? How did you give your pep talk? What did you do to make your pep talk stronger for somebody else? Those things are important to remember and good to have inside of you when you're practicing and performing these pieces. So let's take a look at a couple of things. Once we get to about measure 13, we suddenly don't have any rests for a long period of time. We need a breath somewhere. How do we make that choice? Well, there's some clues at the beginning of the B section. Remember, the B section is beginning in measure 12. We notice that measure 12 is a pickup note, and in fact, the last 8th note of measure 12, 13, 14, and 15 are all pickup notes. So it makes sense that if you're looking for a place to breathe, you're going to breathe right before a pickup note somewhere. Let's take a look at where some other places are that might happen. Taking the pickup note into measure 17, you could breathe right before there. You could breathe right before the pickup note to measure 23, or later measure 24. Okay, that's a pickup note as well, because the dynamic changes at that point. Let's take a look at measure 20, that pickup to measure 21. That's pickup. That's a pickup to that soft stuff. Then the next pickup. Then another pickup. Then another pickup. Then another pickup. And then one more pickup. So there are tons of places to breathe and make musical sense. So you can do that in those places. Now, there are lots of accented notes in this piece. Should they all sound the same? Which ones begin phrases? Which ones end phrases? Test that out for yourself. You can decide. You see right away at measure 3, there's an accent there at measure 3. Is that the end of that segment, or is it the beginning of the next segment? What does that accent do? Does that set us up for the next thing, or does it finish the previous thing? Think about that on all the accents, because there are a lot of them, and decide which ones are beginning a segment and which ones are ending a segment. Or maybe they're simply interludes that break the two segments in half. Those are all possibilities, and it's good to explore that. All of my ILMEA Cycle 2 etudes have study guides that I've created, and at the junior level, there are also some practice exercises, preliminary exercises. These are all available for me. All you have to do is send me an email to emandat@siu.edu, and I'll send out the study guides for you, and you can learn more about my compositional approach and my thoughts about technical and musical things to think about in each of these etudes. Thank you so much for watching.